All right, we have a trade alert here on MLB Tonight. The Brewers, we were wondering when they might get busy. Best team in baseball right now with their record. Ken Rosenthal reporting Brewers acquiring Dustin May and left-handed reliever JoJo Romero from the Cardinals. Dustin May, overall a 4.38 ERA. He's been better of late, though. He's gotten blown up a little bit. Jake Peavy, your thoughts on Dustin May going to the club that's now leading the National League?
Well, this tells me that they're banking on Harrison coming back, but I think Dustin May, stuff-wise, can slot in and give them a lot of what Freddie Peralta, a 5-6 inning shot in the arm. This is a big arm, 97 with some sink. Can they get him right? I think the left-hander going to the bullpen is the huge strength of this. JoJo Romero is my favorite reliever and was on the market until now. I think he makes a big difference in them down the stretch in the pen, and some upside with May, who's a guy who's been there before. Not going to be overwhelmed by that.
May was an amazing stuff guy with the Dodgers way back.
It's still in there.
Now, yeah.
So they've got to unlock it.
The one thing he's done this year is walks per nine are down to 2.89. That's like a big difference from early in his career. He's attacking the strike zone, and he's going to one of the better pitching plan organizations in the game. I mean, they just do marvelous things. So, again, he's durable. He's pitching the best he ever has in his career right now. He's also a guy in a walk year. And so, I mean, again, I like everything the Brewers do. I think it's one of the most competent front offices in the game. And, again, I like the Romero fit because no one does better matching up late in the game. This is a very deep, talented bullpen.
Hey, Romero has a 3.35 ERA, 43 innings, 43 strikeouts, 16 walks. It's a quality arm. We were kicking this around before MLB Now today, Dan. Right, the Brewers, all right, they're doing everything well.
Yeah.
On a reasonable budget. Playing, as we say, the game the right way, right? They play clean baseball all the time. They're smart. They're not the little sisters of the poor on the field. They've got real stars out there. Should you mess with that now? Again, this is augmenting. This is helping. Or are they kind of not keeping up with the Dodgers and the immense talent base?
So I do believe, I just don't think they matched up with schoolball. I didn't believe the Rays did or the Brewers did, even though it's talked about a lot. I think the Tigers were looking for a ready-made starting pitcher, which they got with River once he comes off the DL from the hand, and then an impact bat. I think the Brewers and the Rays could have offered him that. They did not have that young, ready-made Major League starting pitcher without trading someone off their current Major League club, and then that defeats kind of the purpose of what you're doing. So I think they were ready to big game hunt. I just you can make an argument that May is just as good as the other guys have been traded today. It's all how you look at how you value certain guys. So I do believe they were ready to step up and make that kind of deal. I don't know if there was that kind of player. Their position player club, they didn't need to mess with. It's really, really good.
Yeah.
To add power at the expense of contact, I think that goes away from their philosophy of how they play and attack each and every game.
Right.
It was the starting pitcher, I think, that they needed to go get. There just wasn't many of those kind of guys to go get right now.
Jake, because I've heard this for years on this desk, here at the network, 15 years, right, is that, you've got to go out and, do it for your club and get some new guys in there. I'm like, what about the club that's in there? That had the best record in baseball last year and has the best record in baseball so far this year.
Yeah, you're exactly right. You mess with that chemistry. Anytime a new guy walks in a room, that means somebody is exiting the room. The Boston Red Sox find themselves in this. I mean, do you mess with that success that they've had and change it up? But the Brewers, I would have liked to see them go get one more, a little bit elite starter. But again, I don't know.
Who would have that been, though?
It's Gausman, it's Robbie Ray, it's guys with a little bit more. But it's not that big of a difference, especially when you talk about Dustin May's stuff. But again, paired with JoJo, this is perfect for the Brewers, and the Brewers will
the one thing the Brewers didn't have last year going into this year is Mizorowski being Mizorowski starting game one.
A monster.
Now, they've got to monitor him between now and the end of the year to make sure that he is locked and loaded for the October baseball. But they did not have that kind of player going into October this year.
For a while, it was a few weeks ago, they had The Miz, they had Harrison, and they had Woodruff. And I thought, that's a team that beats everybody. That beats everybody. Now, Woodruff is hurt. Harrison isn't quite that guy, but The Miz is number one. Let's go to Joel and Steve now. Guys, what do we have?
Yeah, so JoJo Romero, the pickup there remember, he's recovering from appendicitis right now, so he's going to work his way back in. It's going to take some time to build up his strength. But the reason to get him isn't to get to the playoffs. It's that once you get there and you face the Dodgers and you've got to go through Ohtani and Freddie Freeman and Kyle Tucker, you need to make sure you've got the lefty. Now, they've got Ashby. They've got now, when you think about Romero there, too, they've got Patrick and Drohan. So they've got a lot of weapons to be able to face the left-handed bats. that you're going to face with Harper and Schwarber with Philadelphia. So I like what they're doing, cornering the market on lefties.
Yeah, it's one of the reasons the Phillies went and got Brooks Raley today, partially because Brooks Raley killed Kyle Schwarber, Harper, and Marsh. He owned those three guys. I saw it over and over again at Citi Field. I will say this, a big picture on the Brewers. They get things right. Oftentimes we will say on the days like today, you know who won? The team that got famous names and whatever, and it often doesn't work out. Having said that, they've been to the World Series one time in their history in 1982. They've never won it. They have a deep, deep farm system. At some point, you just can't keep playing for 2029 and 2030. The season in front of them is one that they can win for the first time in the franchise history. And I personally think you have to do better than Dustin May and JoJo Romero.